Wild Child Show! The Wild Child Show!
And now a show that starts at 9:13, 9:20, 9 something. It's the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Let's get this party started! Ready, set, go!
On the air everywhere.
It's the Roger the Wild Child Show!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is March 24th and Wednesday night, and of course, we are here. Tonight, I have Jimmy Knight with us, also JJ Jester, Hollywood, and our new co-host, Star. Get ready. Let's have some fun, guys.
It's the Roger the Wild Child Show!
And welcome. How's everybody all doing? We just recuperated from St. Patty's Day. I'm Roger the Wild Child, and welcome to the show, guys. Hollywood, how's it going today?
Oh, it's great. I've had a wonderful day. Nice and relaxing day. My day off, relaxed. Today is...
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. And so, Jimmy Knight, what's going on, my brother?
I'm just wondering how Star just cloned herself. It's amazing.
Right?
Right before our very eyes, Star just cloned herself. It's freaking amazing, the technology you have on this show, Roger. I swear to God, I'm amazed every single day.
Yes, exactly. You never know what to expect on this show. JJ, yeah, go ahead. Okay, so JJ Jester, we missed you last week, brother.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
somebody's
I was
watching
just
the
working
damn
like
show.
a mad dog trying to find a bone.
Somebody's watching the show.
Somebody's watching the show, right? So, JJ, what happened with you last week? We missed you. What's going on?
Oh, just keeping it real, working like a mad dog trying to find a bone.
Nice. So, welcome back, and I'm glad you are here. And so let's introduce our newest co-host. Please welcome Star. Star, how's it going?
I'm fine, Roger. Everything is great. It's a wonderful day.
Star, can you hear us okay?
No, I don't think I can hear you quite well. My phone is a piece of crap.
Star, please
Hello,
thumb up if
Star,
can
are you
hear us.
there?
Your show is wonderful, Roger.
That's awesome.
I think
Thank you.
Star's debut has failed. Sorry, Star. Hey, maybe you can go back to the second clone you were, and you could go into that one.
Yeah.
It says Star's mic is muted.
That could be it. Yes, your mic
mic's
is muted.
Star, unmute your mic.
She has to look at the phone to do that. Well, there. Oh, wait. Oh. Let's play a game. Oh, I wish I had like a theme song for this. How long does it take Star to get a microphone working?
Can we unmute her?
Okay, Star, why don't you log out and log back in? Oh, there you are.
There you go.
There you go. Yes, we can hear you now.
It's not working.
No,
We can hear you.
now.
Anyone.
Sorry, you're good.
Can't see anyone. Looks as though the only way you can hear me is if I use my
We can hear you now, Star.
We can hear you, Star.
Okay. So, Star, welcome to the show. Why don't you go ahead and log out on your phone and log back into the link again, okay? Through your phone. All right? And so we...
I think it's finally working now for her.
I just have to use the computer. My phone won't let me.
Okay.
Let me use it.
All right, sounds good. So we have a special guest today, guys. We have Josiah Savino.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Did I pronounce that one right, sir?
Sound close, Josiah Savino.
That's what I said. Yes.
I like the way Josiah says it.
Yeah, definitely. So Josiah is a singer, a songwriter, and a business entrepreneur. So let's definitely bring spotlight to Josiah. Josiah, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Definitely
Awesome.
loud and clear. So you have a video out. You've got some music out. So give us a little bit background about you and what you exactly are doing. And Jimmy, do you have those links that I sent you?
I do.
Virus hits all
Resume
50
its
states.
business
It attacks
of certifying the
everyone, American, to be
electoral
prepared
college
for the
process
hard
in
day.
just over.
Give me
Uh-oh. What is that noise?
Give me your power. Give me your wisdom through this hour. Give me your joy. Give me hope. Give me patience, cause through this I know it's all that
you wrote for COVID, right?
Kinda. I wrote this song over a year ago.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we can turn the music probably down.
Yeah, turn the music down a little bit.
Just because I don't have to talk over it. But yeah. So that's a little snippet of a song that I produced and wrote and shot the video, directed and edited it. So I got to do a lot of little fun things for that project.
Nice. So you were doing you're in the middle of COVID. We're dealing with the pandemic. So what inspired you to write your music?
What inspired me was Vito, the first rapper. He posted something vulnerable on Facebook just about what he was struggling with in life. And me and him talked about playing basketball, but we never actually got to play together. And so while I was driving to play basketball with some other friends, I was thinking about his post and what he said. And I was so inspired that I just I'm driving 15 minutes away. And by the time I arrived to play basketball, I had that chorus in my head, just like. So then I recorded the chorus and sent it to him and said, hey, this is for you. You want to write a rap verse to it? And he's like, heck yeah. And then I was working with the artist Tay, who's the second rapper. And so we wrote that verse together because we were recording a bunch of songs together. And then Zero is one of my favorite local rappers as well. So I asked him if he wanted to be on it, and he said, heck yeah. Everybody was on board, and everything just worked out miraculously. It's hard to get that many people together. Tay was moved away and visited for a week, and we shot it when he was visiting. And then I spent a month or two editing it and released it.
Nice. And where are you where are you broadcasting the music on? What platforms? Is it just YouTube, or are you like sending it to radio?
My biggest following is on Facebook, so I literally just post on Facebook.
Okay.
My YouTube's dead, so it's like pointless. Like we posted it on all the platforms, but Facebook's the only one that gets views.
Gotcha. So how many views have you got on this one already?
I don't know. I think like 400, which is like nothing compared to some of my other posts. But it's like I love the project, so I'm like, it's okay. You know what I mean? As an artist, you just do it for yourself, and if people watch it, it's like cool. I had fun.
Like we're doing, like we're doing this show. We're doing this for fun here, because we enjoy just talking and just coming together and providing quality entertainment on the show.
Yes, sir.
So,
love.
And you're an entrepreneur. You're a business entrepreneur, and you're releasing an app called Let's Go, LESGO. Tell us a little bit about it.
So Let's Go. Again, just like the song, I feel like I'm of faith, and I just feel like God gives me visions. And so in this case, I was just thinking about the world and talking to God, and I was looking at my friends and people online, and I just felt that they were missing something. And so I asked, what are we missing? And what I heard him say to me was, they're missing community. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. How do we make community again? And I I thought of the idea of interests. Well, what do you like to do? And so the whole idea of the app is about it's meant to be a super simple tool and spontaneous. So if you're free that day and you want to go on a hike, you literally can just post hike, and only people who are free and want community are on the app, and they can join you. So you don't have to send out all these messages to your friends who are probably not free anyway. So it's meant to just get right to the right audience with the mindset of community, just positive community.
Okay.
And so
I love that. I think that's a great idea. That's so you would only exchange your location or anything with the other person who actually bought into the app. So you would know that person wants to go on a hike. I think that's great. I think that's fantastic.
And there's a main feed. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
Yeah, no worries. I just think it's amazing, especially after what we've all been through for the past year of the lack of community, which I don't know. I mean, I've been trapped inside for a year, so the lack of community really just eats at you. So I think this is a fantastic idea.
Does.
Yeah. So there's two main sections of the app: the feed, which is like a Facebook feed, but instead of watching other people live their life, you post what you want to do with hopes of connecting in real life with people, right? And so you can just see the activities and the time. And then there's also a map version. And so any of the public events, like say basketball at a court, or if you wanted to hike with people in a public place, you could post. And when you post an activity and it's called hiking, on the map, you'll see a hiking icon, or pretty much any activity I could think of. I have icons for that. And then you can just click it to join it. As someone, if you didn't post it, you can click and join. And then automatically the person will get a notification they want to join you, and you can approve it or not. And then you have your own private group chat. And the admin
that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. And
that's
you know how
it's
most
fantastic.
chats, you know how most chats, when you're trying to get people together, you can't find the information of where or when.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I designed it, I spent years making it like the most efficient I could. So at the top of the chat, there's a bar, 4 sections or 3 main sections, and they never move. And it's saying, what is the activity? What time is it? And where? So no matter where you're at in a chat, you always know the important information to get you where you need to go. And then if on the location, you can actually see exactly where it is. Because originally when we were using the app, me and my friends, we were meeting at a park. And my buddy Brandon's like, you posted at the park, but I can't see you guys because the park's huge. So you can click and hold the exact location of where you're actually at. In our case, it was a volleyball net. And so he could see exactly where we were. Same thing with concert venues and stuff like that if you're meeting in a group. So there's been a decent amount of usage, and then people giving me feedback with their great ideas. It was just a seed back 3 years ago. And I've just been working on it, decent amount, say 20, 30 hours a week, adding features and AI to make it a better experience for people. There's a lot.
So how are you marketing this right now?
So I have promo videos already made, and I'm cultivating one video, and I'm working with some local influencers to set up a date in the next probably 4 to 6 weeks when the weather's just like boom and everyone's ready. So I'm trying to pretty much set a date and work with all the local influencers to hop on and be part of the movement.
Now, is this like locally just in your own town? Because I know you're in Boise with me and JJ. Or is this something that's going to be worldwide or just in the United States?
Yeah, so it's already international. I didn't plan it to be that way, but like Apple was pushing it in the Philippines. So like in a week period, there's over 200 people who signed up in the Philippines who are wanting community. I didn't promote that. I didn't see it coming, but they all said Apple was on the Apple Store. So they all found it. So it's international. But the only way that it has success is if everybody's on it at a similar time, right? It can't be like 100 people, 100 people, 100. It's like, more people have to be on it at one point and create a wave. Just like trending on social media stuff, it has to be similar, because when you go on, if it's not active, you know what I mean? So it's a challenge for sure to try to get people on it. And almost every time I meet someone, I have them use it so that they can play around with it and give feedback.
Yeah,
and that's the logo.
There's got to be some build up to it, because when it first launches, you just got to get users to be on it, and then watch the momentum carry you through once people start having these interactions where they go and do things. So
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, and if it goes well, it's like a snowball effect, right? If people use it,
Exactly.
they'll have the seed of cultivating community, cultivate community. If that's in their mindset when they're getting together all the time, everyone should be having great experiences,
Now you said you're not sharing like a feed of what people are doing. So can you do that later or?
So so right now you can see what people are, you can see the name of an activity. This weekend, actually, what I was working on is from the map view, and I got it working. It's not released yet. From the map view, if people post a video in the chat, you can actually see it if it's public.
Okay.
So if people are playing basketball, they could snap a video in the chat, and then from the map, people who aren't part of it yet can click it and save video and watch that, see it's popping, because people want to go to play basketball if they know people are there.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that gives them more incentive to be like, oh man, I got to get off my butt. I'm going to go hang out. People are playing. So I've incorporated that on Apple, and I'm going to do it on Android this weekend.
Yeah,
and so that'll be the next release in a week or two.
I love that feature, because what I could see on an app like that is if you let, like on a feed like Facebook, where you can just post pictures and let people scroll, then people are just going to continue to scroll and watch other people playing basketball.
Yeah.
I like this idea where it's in a chat and it's in a video and it's on a map, and you're basically saying, hey, there's a bunch of us over here playing basketball.
Come
Push
on
this
over
little
here.
Button.
Yeah, it's
Here
like,
we
come
all
join
are.
us.
Yeah, this is what we look like. Come play basketball with us.
Come hang out.
I love that. I honestly think that's just a fantastic idea.
It's like that app that we had. It was called Pokemon Go. Hey, come over here, and we're all gonna go and attack Pokemon together right here at this location. Same concepts, right? Maybe not.
Yes.
A little different, a little similar.
But you should incorporate some interactive stuff like that on the app. There's an idea.
Yeah, it's because I programmed it myself. It's like very slow and steady,
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I like it.
I just get input like this, right? You guys have ideas. A lot of the ideas that I've even said features are literally just my friends. Like that video idea. Shout out to Brandon Coconut, one of my good friends. He goes, hey, I would really like this feature, which is the video playing from the map, previewing it. And I was like, I can do that. So I just sent him like a video a week ago saying, thank you for the idea. Here you go. Because it's not about me. It's about creating a tool to help us all. You know what I mean? And I do the groundwork, and I enjoy it too, but really it's not just for me. It's for everybody,
Exactly. And, it's just trying to bring people together in a community that they can relate to, like different areas of, hobbies and interests that they can all, relate to. So I kind of like that. So I think I'm going to download that app after this show, and I'm going to go ahead.
It.
Yeah,
Me too. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, download. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I know some people are having issues if they don't allow location. The app, you need to allow location because the whole app's about location. So I've had people say, hey, I couldn't sign up. And then I checked and they're like, oh, my location services are turned off because I didn't let them use it. And so you won't be able to sign up unless you do. So just make sure you allow location for the app.
And it's only available on Apple right now, right? You're looking for... Oh, it is on
It's
both.
been released for like 2 years on both. But I'm just building it and growing it and cleaning up bugs. So
okay.
And
so let's go. LESGO. Okay. LESGO. And
how do you find time to do that and music?
That's a good question. I'm an engineer 9 to 5, 30-ish. But I get home and it's like my second job is just my love. So I breathe music. I wake up with songs. I'm in the shower making songs. I'm driving 4 minutes to work and I'm writing songs. And then I play basketball too. But I don't know, when you have purpose, you have energy. And so I had such a great purpose, and I still do. So I have extra energy. Like I've stayed up till 1 o'clock almost every night for a while, and I'm programming the last 2-3 hours of the night. Just, little progress. Baby steps is kind of what I'm doing, because that's all I can do.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about the story behind the song Tears.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all my songs are based on real life stories. So that one, I actually had a friend. I don't say names, doesn't matter. But we were just like good friends, and she moved in, and we just hung out more and more and more together, and we just became closer and closer friends. And so that's pretty much the story of two people who they move in and they're just friends, which probably anyone who's moved in with anyone, doesn't matter guy or girl, you spend time together and you guys bond. And if it's a growing relationship, then it keeps growing. And so that's the premise of that song.
Let's check a little bit of it out here.
Can't stop these tears. Can't stop feeling all these emotions. I can't stop, 'cause I would if I could, but I can't stop all of these tears coming down.
Now the question I have is, who is that in the video? Who's the girl?
That's my friend Maria from Colombia. She's a beauty, huh?
Who is she?
She's just so I do photography too. So she's a girl I met in photography, and then we just became good friends. So we hang out a decent amount of pretty regularly. Nice. And so when I was like, who would be the most cinematic beauty person I could think of, I was like, Maria. And I know she loves to perform. So I showed her the song and she's like, I'm in.
Yeah, well done. Well,
and then I got Mario. Shout out to Mario, Interval Studios. He's like the best videographer I know in this whole region. So I hit him up. He's a really close friend of mine. He said, hey, can you shoot it? And he's like, let's go, So it was super fun getting everyone together. Even Tay, the rapper, I was recording and writing with him. He's in the video too. And then Zara, she was helping direct it. Another model friend who also is a makeup artist. So just getting friends together, creating, having a good time.
What's your plans for the future? I mean, what were you planning at? What direction you want to take your music?
I love writing. I like getting the right artists on songs. So my favorite thing to do is to write, even though I love singing and performing. There's a pretty big event coming up. My mind's going blank. It's at Finn's Pond. Music on the Water. You guys heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Boise people. So it's a pretty good size event. I went a couple years ago. So Rick Oliver, who I just met like a week ago, he heard my music and he just texted me today that he wants to hire me and my roommate Sunit for that event. So that's like the first good size event that I'll be performing in Boise, and I've been here like 9 years. So I have no idea where it goes. I just do what I love.
JJ, you and I are going to have to go one night, have some beers, and go and watch them.
Oh, definitely.
And Sunit, my roommate Sunit, is phenomenal guitarist. It's a pleasure getting to sing with him, and anyone who gets to hear him play, it's amazing.
And where have you played here in Boise?
I've only played at the Brick House and a couple places downtown. Very few. I'm usually a studio artist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Josiah, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show with us. You're welcome to stick around and be part of our GapFest conversation. And then hopefully we'll be able to bring you back on the show again later on. And, when you're definitely releasing some more music, we definitely want to go ahead and spotlight it here.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Nice. So you guys are probably wondering who this guy is in the middle of the screen. Okay. And it's like our listener of the week. We just figured we'd just bring him on the show. Okay. And we've got Kent. How are you doing, Kent?
Just fine.
Kent, so thank you for being a avid viewer of the show. So how long have you been watching the show?
About, 23 minutes. I didn't know it existed until tonight. I'm friends with Star.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, you're right, exactly.
I was waiting for Kent to say, a couple of years.
Right?
Honesty's the best policy.
Second best policy.
You've been my favorite show for about 7 years now.
Right? Yeah, and I got all my friends watching you now. But you know what? The thing is, it's funny because this is Star's debut, and she's like, I'm going to invite my friend Kent to watch the show. All of a sudden, this guy pops up in our screen, and she sent him the wrong link. They were like, what the heck? Let's just keep him on. So, Kent.
Okay.
You could be involved with our conversation today. So, I do want to welcome you to the show.
I'm enjoying being here.
All right, guys. All right, let's talk about some stuff that's going on in the news right now. Have you guys seen this story here? Houston Tumlin. You know him. He played Will Ferrell's son in the movie Talladega Nights. He passed away at the age of 28. So do you guys all remember that story, or remember that actor?
I don't remember the actor or the story.
Will Ferrell.
I remember the actor.
Okay, so but you see,
I know Will Ferrell, but
right, Will Ferrell. He played Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights. Okay, and then this guy today, Houston Tumlin. He died. He's 28 years old. Died from a gun. He inflicted gunshot for himself. So it's crazy, just how people get caught up in the world, and you just think. And I know that you being an actress, Hollywood. You're in the spotlight, and you think your world's amazing because you're like in this spotlight here, right? And so, but really, it's very emotionally and psychologically draining, and so we don't really know what goes on with people behind the scenes, because in the camera they're all smiling, but in real life they have issues just like you and me and everybody else.
absolutely, they sure do.
And Hollywood, what have you known being in this industry? Is it challenging? Is it emotionally draining for you sometimes?
It is. It can be. It can be really fun and exciting. And then sometimes it can be hard, really hard, because you get a lot of rejection, because you'll go and you audition and then you won't get the part, or and sometimes it takes it, like I probably did 20 auditions last year and I got 3 parts. So it's just the way it is. Sometimes you'll be like 2010. I worked all the time. I was in films like crazy, and then it dropped off, and then you start working again, and then it drops off. It's just the way it is. Yeah.
And they have to. That's funny is these celebrities have to hold a spotlight. So when TMZ or any one of these other camera companies are sitting there, putting you paparazzi, is sitting there and got you on camera, they catch you doing all these things. You're so worried as a high profile that you don't want to do something wrong, because you get more backlash just because you are in the spotlight. Anybody want to, elaborate on this?
I know that one time when I was on the Strip in Las Vegas and I'm walking around, and there was this Indian family that recognized me from a TV show that I had worked on that was filmed in India. It was filmed in Las Vegas, but it was an actual show in India, not here at all. And I remember walking down the street and this family come up to me, and it was a father and a wife and a kid. And they were like, "You were in any I can't say the word right. Anybody can dance too." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I just did a backflip or something, and I don't know. I was just an extra. I was in the background, but they recognized me." And he said, "Can we take a picture?" And I said, "Yeah." And at first it was I thought it was only 3 people, and then it was like 15 people. The whole family just surrounded me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just took pictures with them. It was fun, And I think at that time I had a cowboy hat or something on, and they were just all excited. It's just the way it is.
Can you do that backflip now?
Right?
I don't know. I can do it, but I don't know if I want to do it on right now. I haven't done it in a long time, but I don't know if it was a cartwheel. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I know I did something and it caught their attention and they recognized me in real life. So, yeah.
So let's talk about Prince Harry here. So we were talking about him was it last week, Jimmy?
It was 2 weeks ago, and
yeah,
you're still talking about him, I guess, huh?
Apparently he's got a new job now that he's in the United States. He's got a couple new jobs, believe it or not. He is now a Silicon Valley tech executive.
Of course he is.
Yes.
Of course he is.
For an app Josiah, another app company, a startup, because, Josiah just talked about apps, but it's a startup company called Better Up, and he's going to be the Chief Impact Officer.
What the hell is that position?
The app Better Up provides coaching and mental health services to clients.
Yeah, I can't with these people. I can't. I seriously can't. I can't do it with the royal family anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I don't care. I'm sorry. I just don't care. Weren't they just on TV talking about how difficult their freaking life was here since they moved here? And now he's a millionaire working at a tech company. Talk about privilege.
Oh, he's
Jesus.
got another job. Okay. He joined Aspen Institute on a part-time basis. So he's going to be one of the big 15 decision makers for this for Aspen Institute. So he left, came to the United States, and now he's a big executive.
So translated, both jobs mean we just want your name. We'll pay you a lot of money and just go on TV and rag about your family. Thank you. That's pretty much those jobs. I'd love that, but I don't know. I mean, is this because they live here and now we're going to have to deal with this forever? Because don't we have enough other things to worry about than the royal family?
We did.
One time on Facebook, I got a thing a message from somebody, and they said he said he was Prince Harry, and I thought, oh my God, this is a scam. It has to be a scam. So there's somebody out there he said, I really want to help you, and I'm like, huh? It was really weird. So there's like a scam or something.
Yeah, I got that same message, and I sent him like $50,000, and he was supposed to come over, and we were going to have a party, but he never showed up. I'm still waiting.
I never responded to that. I was like, that is weird.
Okay, so other news. We've already talked about the royal family. Let's talk about, let's see here. Bobby Brown Jr. I know, Jimmy, you wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah.
They just did the autopsy.
I just don't get it. I mean, that whole family just, like, I don't know. Bobby Brown, I miss New Edition Bobby Brown. I want him back because New Edition Bobby Brown was fun. This is just kind of like sad. I mean, he lost his daughter, he lost his son, he lost his, at the time, I guess they were still married, wife. It's just sad. And somehow and somehow the guy still lives. I haven't heard of Bobby. I haven't heard anything from Bobby Brown lately, but I mean, to lose everybody, that's just freaking, that's just awful. It's just awful. And people can dog Bobby Brown for all he wants with the drugs and all that other stuff. But I mean, still, it's just still awful. It's just sad. And again, you look at it and you read that he died from cocaine, alcohol, fentanyl. I mean, the whole gamut of drugs that are out there. And yeah, it's just sad. It really is sad. And
they're saying that his parents are saying that, he was never into the drugs. Okay. And that somebody was feeding him the drugs. It's a crazy story. The whole thing is crazy. The whole everything that's gone on, it's like, people are coming up with conspiracies, wondering what's going on with this whole family.
Yeah, it's almost.
There was a 15-page. There was a 15-page report that said that there were no drugs or paraphernalia were discovered.
Yeah, there were no. I believe there is no paraphernalia for not. Never mind. Paraphernalia. That doesn't sound right after I said it. I said it, and it was like one of those words you say, and as soon as you say it, you went, that didn't sound right. I mean, somebody probably cleaned it up. I don't know. It just makes you wonder, like Roger was going on the point. It makes you wonder, is there something with Bobby Brown? Is he like a part of the Illuminati or something? Does he know something? Because it's just sad. I mean, it's sad. His whole family has just been destroyed by drugs. Yeah,
literally. I mean, Whitney Houston died. She was taking a bath and she drowned. And they said they found drugs in her system as well.
Yeah, and then
and
there was his
alcohol.
daughter.
And alcohol. Yeah.
His daughter, the same thing happened to her. And then the half brother, from what I remember, he passed away. And now Bobby Brown Jr. died. It's sad. So
It was the boyfriend, wasn't it? The boyfriend of his his daughter.
Yeah, there's thing about there, like he's a half brother or something. It's just a weird story, but I more focus on the fact that it's just a terrible story because of all the drugs and the fentanyl and all that stuff. It's just sad that his whole family has been destroyed, and there's so many families out there that have been destroyed by drugs and alcohol. And but I mean, this poor guy has just had his whole family decimated from it, and it's just sad.
You know, it really is, and that's going back to my discussion earlier. Is that you know, people are in the spotlight, but I think they get so caught up with fame that they get in the party lifestyle, and I think it's so easy for them to get in that, and they feel like they gotta uphold a certain level, and they got to be this. I mean, let's go back to Paris Hilton. Everybody remembers the picture with Lindsay Lohan and Brittany and Paris in the car together, and and them all partying up. And apparently that wasn't the real story. Apparently Lindsay just hopped in the car with them as they were pulling off, and Paris and Lindsay weren't really good friends, but yet they had to show and leave together. But where I guess where I'm going at is, I mean, look at Paris right now. I mean, she's totally changed her life around. She is a businesswoman now, okay? And she is an advocate for, oh my gosh, if anybody knows, but she's an advocate for, with children and children being into the sex rings and stuff like that, and it's crazy if you're able to look at her.
Okay, sex trafficking. She's an advocate.
Yeah,
advocate.
Maybe I'm not using the right words.
Yes, Roger was about 2 seconds from being canceled right there. So
she is now banned.
No, she's speaking and protecting, sex trafficking girls and stuff like that. And she's a spokesperson for all this. And she has a very interesting story out there. Has anybody seen it?
No, yes, I've heard her podcast and I've heard her talk, and
yes,
I do I understand. Look, she's another one of those, like, if I didn't hear from her again, I'd be okay. But I mean, I do hear she's doing some good work. It's just, I mean, again, she's Paris Hilton. She comes from a lot of money, and
yes,
she might be a businesswoman and she works really hard at that, but she also had a hand up in doing that. So, she's not doing it all on her own, I guess is what I'm saying. Now I'll probably get canceled. Sorry, Paris. I love you, Paris. You're just fantastic. Your show was wonderful. I'm sorry. I mean, I think everybody gets what I'm saying, is that she still had to have the idea. She still had to have the desire to do what she's doing. And God bless her for her work in fighting sex trafficking. But again, I don't need to hear from her, just like probably nobody needs to hear from me. So. Mm-hmm.
But people get out of this and they move on into different things, but and it's all about growing up, and and it's so easy to be in that spotlight and get caught up in that lifestyle, and sometimes you just don't know how to get out.
I guess I go back to, like, she's been doing like a circuit, I guess, because she's got a podcast now, and I've heard a couple of episodes. It's not terrible, but. I mean, have you seen the show she did with Nicole Richie? And I mean, these two were just awful to people.
Oh,
they were.
I remember that, yeah.
And that's where I go, is like, now the Paris at 40 years old wants people to not be mean and not, like, talk about the past. But her past, a big chunk of it was being on a TV show, being horrible to people. So
yes.
I'm sorry, I just don't forget the past and the future. Like, there's no, like, you can't just say, well, it's 2021, so forget about anything I did before. Because she did. I mean, the show was terrible. I mean, they were mean to so many people.
Yeah, they were. they really were. And then to sit there and see what she's doing nowadays is just it's like a complete flip around.
Which is fine.
And I'm glad. I'm glad she's doing something positive and trying to get exposure and help bring this whole sex trafficking thing to light to people, because it's happening more often than people realize, and people are just kind of like shunned by it because they don't want to think that this is actually really going on. But it is going on, and it's going on more than we realize out there. And it's happening every single day. And, and that's great. I'm glad to see that she's in that role, trying to show something positive to other people and be, a positive spotlight.
Yeah.
I got to see Timothy Ballard speak in Salt Lake a couple of years ago. It was pretty amazing what he's doing to stop that.
And what did you like about that?
He is a former, I think, CIA, maybe.
Hmm.
Works for the Operation Underground Railroad, and so I got to meet him. He's an amazing family man, and he just has devoted his whole life to helping these victims. He was in a school this week, in the 6th grade classroom. They were making doll houses for some of the kids who'd actually been part of sacrificial abuse. So,
nice.
Pretty awful stuff. So yeah, he's just an amazing guy. I love people like that. So. Yeah.
I guess Paris went to reform school and she was traumatized.
Mm. Yeah.
I went to high school and I was traumatized.
We can all relate.
So let's move on to our next story, but we have a new host for Jeopardy. Okay. And Dr. Oz is going to replace Katie Couric on Jeopardy.
Dr. Oz.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I
Okay.
hadn't heard that.
It's, okay. I got nothing. I'm going to punt on this one and let everyone else talk.
Well, good for him. He looks great.
Right?
Oh, he does look great, no doubt. But are you gonna get? I'll take things that are secretly killing me for 500. Oz, bring it.
Someone's got to take his place.
I don't know. I like Dr. Oz. I like the stuff he talks about and the health things he talks about. I've always liked him.
I like Dr. Oz on the Dr. Oz show. I don't need
Right.
Dr. Oz on Jeopardy.
Yeah. It's always weird to see him when they change to a different show. You're like, to see him serious or in a totally different form.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shoes to fill, though. You know, it's going to be very hard to fill Alex Trebek, and nobody's going to fill Alex Trebek's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
don't know why they didn't do it from the guy. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible at names, but the guy that won all those weeks in a row that hosted it right after Alex Trebek passed away, that guy should be hosting it because he was really good. Now, I don't know if he doesn't want to host it, but the guy that won 8 for all those months in a row, I forgot his name.
The winner of Jeopardy.
Jennings.
Yeah, there you Ken Jennings. Yeah, there you go.
Utah.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Kent.
Look at Kent for the win.
Kent for the win.
Yes! Kent will be here next week. But I watched I'm not a Jeopardy guy, and I watched some of those episodes with Ken Jennings on it, and he was great. I thought he was fantastic. So,
yes, and and the thing is like you've got some like revival shows like coming out of when Pat Sajak moves on, who's going to replace Pat Sajak, right? Of Wheel of Fortune. But then, look at Price is Right. Bob Barker got replaced, and then you got Drew Carey filling in. And it's like, yeah, Drew's is great, but, it's like, it's so hard to fill Bob Barker's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Drew's been doing a pretty damn good job. So
He has. And,
I'm a huge Drew Carey fan, so I think
Yeah, but
Drew
when
Carey's awesome.
When he took over that show, it was weird too, because he just didn't have. To me, he didn't have the personality for it. But then he just eventually just blended in.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It was Regis, and then they moved what's her name into the slot. They've had a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had, and then what about Family Feud? I mean, how many hosts have they had for Family Feud? I mean, I think Steve Harvey does an amazing job.
Yeah, that is the role Steve Harvey was meant to do. So,
right? So what other shows are we missing here?
Geez, there's just so many reboots of shows. I mean, Wayne Brady's hosting Let's Make a Deal.
Yes.
Geez, what's his name? Baldwin's doing like passphrase or whatever that. I mean, they're going back to the game shows because they're cheap. So
right.
But then they get these celebrity hosts, and it's a very awkward type thing sometimes because Elizabeth Banks is doing Press Your Luck, I believe. I believe that's the show she's doing.
Is that? Yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that.
And there's no replacing the original dude with the no whammies. Stop! But Elizabeth Banks is doing it, and she looks at times very uncomfortable doing it. And I'm like, Elizabeth Banks, you're an actress. Hell, you were in Hunger Games. So what are you doing in hosting Press Your Luck? You got some cash,
right?
Because sometimes when you're an actor or an actress, you just take what you can get. It's just the way it is.
I don't know. I love her. I think she's great. I love Elizabeth Banks. I love everything she's done, but she just looks uncomfortable hosting a game show.
And then you got Dancing with the Stars, so they got Tyra Banks now hosting Dancing with the Stars because they had to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like Tom Bergeron too, so there's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do like Alfonso Rubiano, I'm sure I'm butchering his last name, Carlton, doing America's Funniest Home Videos. I think he's a natural at that show, but I've never watched Dancing with the Stars. I don't dance, so I have no need to watch it.
Are you sure, Jimmy? Come on. Do your Footloose impression.
A hot girl wants you to dance with them, and you won't say, you'll say no, you won't dance with her?
No, I won't. I'm married.
Oh, okay.
Is Shark Tank still around? I don't really watch TV.
Shark Tank is still around, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's a cool idea.
I love Shark Tank. Shark Tank is fantastic, especially like if you get on a good CNBC marathon of it, and it's like a whole 12 shows you haven't watched. You can kill a whole day watching Shark Tank.
And learn.
And learn is 100% correct. It's an educational show.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I'm taking notes. I applied, Let's Go to it. I'm like, anything I can do to get FaceTime. It wasn't ready at the time, so it was great. It's like,
yeah, and that's the thing about that show. You can go on there and shit the bed, and you're getting at least out there. Yeah, it's free marketing. So
no, absolutely.
If Mr. Wonderful rips you apart, it's okay.
Yeah.
Is Mark Cuban still on that show?
He is, yes.
Is he? So he's trying to juggle the basketball team and Shark Tank and everything else he's got going on. Because he owns the Mavericks, right?
He does.
Yes. So, guess who had a baby? Ashley Tisdale.
wow.
I'm like, who the hell is that? I know Ashley Tisdale, but I wouldn't have known that by looking at her. He's like, guess who had a baby? I'm like, I don't know, one of them, I think.
No, Ashley Tisdale and Christopher French. Yes.
Oh, I want to know about your weight loss.
Oh, yes. So I am on this health plan, and so I was on it. I started on January 11th, and to this day, I'm down 42 pounds since January 11th.
January 11th, 2021.
Wow.
Yes.
This year, 2021.
Yes. So I do want to bring my health coach on here probably in the next couple weeks and talk a little bit more about it. But I've done every fad. I've done the whole keto diet and then you've got the intermittent fasting. Yeah, no, I've done everything and I'm just like, all right, this isn't working. Nothing's working, but I've done it and it's been doing really good. And so, since January 11th, it's like a little over 2 months.
What are you doing?
It's the optimal 5-in-1 plan. And so
of course.
Tell us what that is, because we have no idea what that is.
That optimal 5-in-1 plan. I mean,
every time.
Yeah, I've tried it 77 times, and
so so the thing is I do 5 fuelings a day, and then I have a lean and green. So I eat 6 times a day, and I pretty much cut out carbs and everything. So, I don't go hungry, and I've been losing weight. So if you guys are interested to learn more about it, feel free to shoot me a message and here on Facebook. And I can tell you guys more about it if you guys are interested in it. But it's working, and and because what happened was I would do like food deliveries and stuff like that, as a side hustle, and I'd be on the fourth floor dropping off food. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe anymore. And now when I do that, I've got more energy and I can breathe and I can do all that stuff, and it's amazing. I just feel so different. I feel like I've got so much energy and stuff like that. So I'm
so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I remember. I know.
Oh, yay!
And so, started at, so in January I was 298. I'm down to 255, and my goal is to get down to 200 by Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I gotta talk to you about this off the show.
Absolutely. And if anybody out there is watching, you can more than happy for you guys to hit me up, and I can talk to you about it. But it works. It truly works. I mean, over 40 pounds in 2 months is amazing.
Whoa.
And
what's your go-to food? Like, what's the thing you can eat the most of on this diet? Because a lot of diets are chicken and tuna.
Right.
And what is the go-to food?
Probably
like?
vegetables.
Yeah, you want to have greens. You got your greens that you can eat, and then your chicken and your fish and stuff like that.
Yeah, but is there anything you can eat that's not crappy? Or crappy that's not crappy that's crappy?
Only can eat good things.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go to like...
Gotta stay away from
Blaze.
sodium.
No, I will go to Blaze Pizza, and I usually get like the keto crust or the gluten-free crust, and then I just get the low-calorie items on there and stuff like that, and I'll use that as my lean ingredient, or the cauliflower crust. So I'll use that as part of my lean ingredient because I'm on the go all the time. I can't just always cook at home. So, and sometimes if it's just me, it's just easier to go through. So I'm realizing what restaurants I can go into or fast food places and order healthy and not garbage, which is really cool. So it's just a mindset, I think, more than anything, is to try to figure out, what you got to do to help you lose weight. But it's happening. I mean, I'm already lost a pant size already, and I got to buy new pants, and it's just going to get better. So I'm excited about it.
Can you eat beef on this diet?
Yeah, lean. Yeah,
lean beef. Okay.
Lean beef. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I got to talk to you after this because I'm a fat pig. So.
Oh, watch it. Man.
Wait, I'm gonna cancel myself.
Dum-dum-dum.
I'm in trouble. No, I need to do something. So I've like during the whole COVID thing, I did my Peloton bike for 51 weeks in a row, and then I had to stop because of a family emergency. So I have actually only done that now 3 times in the last 4 weeks, which I'm very, very depressed. So I went from 51 weeks doing it every single day to now doing it 3 times in 4 weeks, which is depressing. But I didn't lose any weight. And it's all diet. Like for me, it's like all diet and stress.
80% diet.
Yeah. So I need to talk to you about what you're doing because I need to make a change.
I will say, you can lose the weight, but it's all about keeping you at that level. So the first phase right now is my weight loss, and then I move into the optimal phase. And so at that point, my eating is going to change a little bit. And I'll be able to maintain my weight instead of bringing it back up. So that's what, so when I get to my goal weight, then I'll switch over to the next phase, which will be really cool. So
is that called the Speedo phase?
No. But it's going to be, it's a good process. It's a great program. If anybody wants to know about it, and I'll bring my health coach on, like I said, in a week or two, and I'll see if when he's available, and then we can kind of talk about this a little bit more for sure. Definitely.
You should be super proud, and so way to go.
I really am. I really am. My kids are like, because you have the feelings, and I have the mac and cheese, but it's not like regular mac and cheese, but it's like the special ingredients mac and cheese. I would heat it up in the microwave, and my kids would be like, "Ew, that smells gross. You have to eat that." I'm like, well, I know it's not like mac and cheese, but you know what? It's the feeling version of it, and but I don't go hungry. I'm not starving, and I'm losing. And I've had a couple cheat days, throughout the time, and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna shoot up a few pounds next week. And no, I've actually was able to, your body's metabolism will kick it back in and maybe start dropping faster when you start putting the carbs back in and whatever. But everybody's body's different, and I got lucky and I just keep dropping every week. So.
Wow.
That's good.
It's wonderful.
So proud of you.
Why, thank you. So, Disneyland, we talked about this a few weeks ago, but guess what everybody's all talking about on social media right now? That you can go to Disneyland, you can ride roller coasters, but guess what? You cannot scream. They're not allowed to let you scream on these rides. Well, so to speak. Because that was what, when they rolled out these crazy rules when they were opening up amusement parks starting April 1st in California.
That's
so
hilarious.
yeah, and so there, the whole thing was, it was interpreted wrong. So yes, you're going to be able to scream, but the way that the rules came out, it was like you are not allowed to scream. But they finally came in real quick and said, no, you can scream. You're just going to have to wear masks and you're going to have to be seated differently or whatever. But yeah, it was crazy because even Newsweek came out with a story and did a fact check on this saying, no. It is wrong. It's not true. You're going to be able to scream when you go to Disneyland this summer.
Thank goodness. Whew.
I was so worried. Speaking of fact checkers, Hollywood.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to find out right now?
Is what am I still trying to find out right now?
Oh, were you looking up this whole Disneyland thing that I was talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. I sure was. You caught me. I'm guilty.
So if you see it on the news, you see all the memes and everybody's talking about, oh, you cannot scream on roller coasters in California. It's not true. Yes, you can.
I don't know, because I can't not scream. I'll scream anyway. So.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I scream and curse and yell. I'll get on there and I'll be excited to get on there, and then I'll be like, why did I do this? What the heck was I thinking in my head? That's where my head goes.
You weren't saying what the heck.
At the end.
The word heck was not coming out of your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Please keep your
Kill the power.
Or that too.
I can't take it any longer.
Please. That's what you get when you lean on your iPad. Please keep your arms and hands inside the vehicle at all times and no screaming. Enjoy the rest of your day at Disney World, California.
Did you say that Star was the new host?
Yes.
Star is, yes.
Yes.
But does everybody already know about Star, which she introduced in a previous episode?
No. I know nothing about Star
who is
except
this Star?
she likes to put her phone inside of her shirt.
I just live in Star. That's it.
That's amazing.
Star, Idaho.
We're gonna get her mic issue figured out for next week.
That's why.
But
that makes sense.
yes, that's why she hasn't really been talking much. But so we're bringing her on, and she'll be added to our webpage. You go to the RogerTheWildChildShow.com. You'll be able to see everybody's profile. I know JJ's. We're gonna get his profile up soon, and we'll get Stars up there as well. And so forth. And who knows? We got maybe we'll throw Kent on the webpage. Why not, Kent?
He's the new star.
There you go.
He's
Kent the encyclopedia, the knowledge base.
I'm willing to be a guest on the show and talk about my passion, but
what is your passion?
What is my passion?
Yes.
Okay. I am a descendant of a famous historical figure in the Mormonism religion.
Okay.
So I dress up in a costume and I give presentations at expos on his life, trying to keep people connected to the history. And so if you ever want an episode of how, as a society, we've lost contact with our history and tearing it down rather than learning from it, I'd be willing to talk about it. I think that's a very good issue for your show. From what
I'd be willing to talk about it too, but that would be my last episode.
I don't want to be on the last episode.
No. And we have many more to come. You can also check out our podcast. We're all over the place. We're on Google Podcasts. We're also on iTunes, Spotify. We're on 17 different platforms out there. iHeartRadio as well. So every Thursday we upload the new podcast every week from our Wednesday night live show, which is on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. So any departing words from everybody here?
Check out chicagosvarietystation.com, chicagosvarietystation.com. Play the best of the 80s, 90s, 2K. And today, it's an internet radio station I run. And soon, we might have a guest DJ on there doing a show or two. So I wonder who that could be.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Absolutely. And I'm starting my my on-air business, so I will be working on getting myself all over the United States and the world on radio stations all over the place. So as soon as I get affiliates that bring me on to do to DJ for their stations, I will let everybody all know where they can hear me on their favorite radio channel.
Very cool.
So, yeah. So I got a lot of things in the works. This show here is just the basis, and then I've got other projects that I've got working on. So I'm pretty excited about that. But you know what? I really had a fun show today. We got some new faces in here, some new voices. And we're definitely had a lot of fun today. I want to thank Hollywood for joining us. JJ Jester, Star, Jimmy Knight, Josiah, thanks for being on the show. And our mystery fan, Kent, thank you for popping in.
Good.
Thanks,
way to
Kent.
make friends. Be on their show. Cool. Interesting way to make friends and meet people the first time.
Let's go, baby.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Roger the Wild Child, over and out.